and Anton, the late morning show,
and
which
Skittle,
is
her introduction.
And Skittle apparently, yes, but we're almost on time today. In fact, we're actually a fraction ahead of time, so that's good.
Go.
Yesterday was entertaining.
Yes, we're sorry about yesterday. We were late coming on and quick to leave you.
Yesterday was entertaining, and this morning started much the same way.
But we're going to banish the demons and get on with a good, wonderful day today.
Oh yes, we are. We're going to be very productive. Please excuse my
we're still Cinderella.
My sartorial elegance.
Cinderella and her scullery companion.
Mate rather than maid, eh?
Yep.
That'll do it. So yeah, yesterday was quite entertaining. So
even the tree people who came had trouble. Their hydraulics leaked,
and so did ours. So we was it the 7 of Wands yesterday, and we said be prepared to no plan
troubles.
Yes, no plan survives contact with the enemy. So they came with this incredible machine, which we're documenting, so they could extricate the tree that is like growing into and pushing over the barn and all that sort of stuff. So they got this really cool bit of kit, and unfortunately, halfway through the job, the hydraulics started leaking. So we now have cat litter on our drive to mop up the spill of hydraulics, and he promptly had to go take this hugely expensive truck away to the shop.
So they were down a man and a machine.
Yes. So good job the pipe didn't actually burst. Otherwise, I think everybody would have been coated in hydraulic oil all over the place. So he had the wit to stop and go sort that out. So anyway, we sort of spent the rest of the day working, tidying up. There were lots going on, and we thought, okay, we'll go get our log splitter so we can make a start tonight. Yes. So
promptly filled it up with gas, and it began to leak out. And
straight into the engine, believe it or not, it ran through the crankcase vent straight into the engine. So I've had to. Well, I'm partway through repairing it right now. So,
flushing the engine, changing the oil.
Yeah, the engine's got a flush. So I guess we'll be changing the engine oil, which is basically what I did. So I'm about to do. So I've left the drain plugs out, and I thought, well, I'll try and let the air blow through it overnight because I want to evaporate as much of the gas. So we
won't tarp it so that the gas can evaporate.
Yep, exactly so. And for the first time in like forever, because the weather said, it's going to be absolutely fine, no chance of rain whatsoever, I thought I'd leave my tools out. Guess what it did first light this morning? Guess who got up to have to quickly erect a tent to cover the partly dismantled engine of the log splitter, and I've spent the morning wiping down my tools. But hey, it's an ill wind that blows nobody any good. I've now got a very nice and clean toolkit, which is good. So
there you go.
so presently after Elevensies, I'll be off to put the oil in, and I've got some hose. We've ordered a part. We've ordered it overnight delivery, but it might get here 2 or 3 days, but I'm going to kind of, what do you call it? Jerry rigger? I don't know what I call it, like, a Godiva thing. What am I talking about? MacGyver.
Lady Godiva is much more entertaining than
yes,
MacGyver. Huh?
I'm going to strip down and be completely naked whilst repairing. Yeah, that'll work. Well, nothing
you need a horse.
You
forgot you need a horse.
Yeah, and I'll do it on horseback. Yeah. Riding through the streets of Coventry. Perhaps not. No. God, well, thank you for brightening my day.
Dr. Seuss wrote a really cool
book. You've got it. The 7 Lady Godivas.
Dr. Seuss and the 7 Lady Godivas. Yeah.
I have that book. You bought it for me. I wouldn't have believed it. Dr. Seuss did some kind of... Seuss, or is it? Did some really cool stuff.
Yes. All right. But we are here today.
Trying to read Dr. Seuss in Fox in Socks.
In Socks when he's drunk. That was cool. Why is Mr. Knox wearing a jersey knit sweater?
Jersey knit dress. Why? That was a very strange thing. Obviously, that's fine.
Well, here we go. We're here for Tarot Talk Tuesday.
Yes, I'm sorry. That's what we're supposed to be talking about, isn't it? Where we work our way through the entire deck of cards.
Right. So the card that we pulled for today is the King of Cups.
Dun, dun, dun. The King of Cups.
So I think...
Good morning, Wendy. Good morning, Carol.
I'm just too tired for this. Hi, Carol.
Well, you're going first.
Hi, Wendy. All right.
You're on first. Who's
on
first?
The thing I like to observe about court cards is which way the character is facing. So this guy's head on, right? He's about the here and now.
For the most part, he's slightly angular.
Tiny bit, but mostly he's facing forward. Mm-hmm. And then I like to look at what's happening in the card. What's going on? All right, so he's got this amazing throne, kind of like the emperor. However, it's floating on a rocky sea. Right?
It's pretty good. It's a rock. It's a small stone that floats.
So behind him is a ship that looks like something that's on the Three of Wands.
Just here, if you can see.
And a fish that looks like the fish that's jumping out of the cup in the Page of Cups.
Yes.
Then he's holding a cup and some other sort of interesting wandy, gobblety looking
scepter-y thing, but it's got an unusual look about it, doesn't it?
Right. And we have to look at the coloring as well. So he's wearing a lot of yellow, which very solar plexus kind of energy. Mm-hmm. Hi, Savannah. And he's got a blue cloak, which is very throat chakra. So he talks a lot. Now, he knows the secrets of the page because that fish is there. Mm. And he knows about the past, and he knows about what's been inherited and what he has to work with because that ship is there.
Interesting.
But this character is kind of the type of person that will tell you what they think you want to know, right? Because his communication is covered in yellow, he's going to assess you, and he's going to talk to you to try to connect to your will and try to tell you things that you want to hear, right? So if this was in relationship, let's say, to work or career or job, he's the type of character that would say, oh, well, just go ahead and quit. Don't worry about giving 2 weeks' notice. You can start on Monday, and I'll get you $20 an hour. So he's manipulated you into quitting and turning up on Monday morning. And when you get there, he says, oh, you know what, kiddo? I got you 15, but you can't start for at least a week. Right? So if whatever kind of question you have when you get the King of Cups, you really need to investigate information, right? It's much like the moon card in a way. What is being told that is true? What is being told that is false? What can you really believe in? And what is a made-up story to get your attention, or a patronizing kind of, yeah. Now, having all that information, that has nothing to do with the zodiac that this card represents. It is the sign of Cancer. But that does not mean that all Cancerians are like that at all.
Oh, God, no.
So we want to make that distinguished difference, that this could also be representing a Cancer or Cancer time of year. Or someone with Cancerian traits, which are more like nurturing, homebody kind of thing. But many times when we see the King of Cups in a reading, we take notice and we think, what's being told to us right now that gets our attention because it has something to do with our history, or that gets our attention because we're being told some kind of gossip or some kind of here's what you want to hear, so it draws you in. So always be mindful of the cards next to the King of Cups.
Oh, yeah.
What is he talking about? And what is it that you need to investigate? That's my take.
So I would say almost exactly that, definitely. Difficult card in complete isolation.
Yeah.
Typically would represent a male, but not necessarily so, but typically would. And this is somebody that, what's the word? Good morning, Sparky. This is somebody, I think, that has some deep emotional scarring and needs very much to be liked and respected, and they aren't necessarily a bad person, but they will more often try to tell somebody what it is that they think they want to hear rather than necessarily the brutal truth. Because they see that as, oh, I'm going to disappoint this person and they won't like me, kind of thing. So this may be somebody that struggled somewhere very deep in their past with self-esteem issues or acceptance by peers, and they're possibly bordering on an inferiority complex, and the need to be accepted and liked. I mean, when you consider that is such a basic thing in the human psyche, that acceptance by peers. It's so, so important. And if a kid is ostracized by their peers, it cuts them very, very deeply. It really does, And it could be anything. They could have had the wrong hairstyle. They could have had the wrong sneakers or whatever you call them, training shoes, But you know what kids are like. They're so supportive of each other and understanding. So this poor individual gets mocked and ostracized by their peers, and sometimes that can leave a kind of bit of emotional scarring in the past where they try too hard to be accepted by people, simply because to be set aside by the pack is basically, you've been set aside by the pack and left to die by yourself. And it really is that basic, that we can't do everything as human beings. We are a congregate animal. So we a societal animal. We need each other to support. There's very few people are complete loners, that can just exist entirely by themselves without the support of anybody else. So when you get looked over or set aside by your peers, it can be very deep. So this doesn't necessarily indicate a fundamentally bad person, but perhaps somebody with a need to be liked and trying too hard to be liked. And especially in a relationship situation, you need to take what they're saying with a pinch of salt. Definitely.
So Claudia is asking if we can do a reading for her.
Oh.
We do free readings on a Facebook Live, which is actually tomorrow night, Wednesday night, 5:30.
Oh, wow. Is that time
it's
again?
The third Wednesday. Right?
Oh, well, there you go.
So the Facebook Live of the free readings is tomorrow night at 5:30. Today is Tarot Talk Tuesday. We are talking about how to read cards, but we're not doing free readings right now.
Mm-hmm.
But we do give back once a month.
Yeah. And
so Goddess willing, and the creek don't rise.
And the creek don't rise.
We will be here live tomorrow at 5:30 for free readings.
And we'll be making shameless use of Super Chat because we're working hard to raise money for Celtica, which we'll tell you all about.
Celtica.org.
Do not. Yes, we really
please
have to
share
make
that with
happen.
as many people as you can.
Yes.
All right. So what is our card of the day?
Oh, well, we should put. You think we've done him enough now?
Oh, yeah.
I think that's
There's not
cool.
much more to
all
say.
Right, not much more to say. Let's make sure I get these the right way up. All right. So, Skittle, you've got to pick the card for
Tuesday,
today.
August 17th,
Pick the card, Skittle.
our card of the day is...
Skittle doesn't want to pick the card. Oh, it's your card.
The
star card.
Oh,
So you
Skittle wants to light her tail on fire.
No, don't do that.
You had to harass her, see?
She's
All right.
just so annoying.
This is a card of great hope. Transformation, all is not lost.
That you? You just stopped.
Well, no, I saw... Pam was asking, is it the King of Swords? Is it? No, it's the King of Cups that we were reading
King
today.
Cups we're talking about.
So the star card is connected to Aquarius, the humanitarian. But today, I think this is about finding the good, finding the positive, finding the hope, and working towards positive transformation. So if you're getting a lot of poop slung at you today,
pick it up and throw it back.
Yeah, pick it up, throw it back. No, use it for some fertilizer for creativity.
Wattle and daub.
Yes. Make something positive out of today. Do the best you can to make something positive and accomplish something today. That's my reading for you for today.
Yep, I'm going to go further than that. I love this card. It indicates the humanitarian in the zodiac, the Aquarius, which is one of the reasons I love my dear sweet bunny. This need to heal and make right and fix things, and it's good. And sometimes you just need to be the flow that makes that happen. Not necessarily go with the flow, but be the flow. And this very much is showing that flow of energy, to enable. Sometimes somebody needs just a sounding board, They're like, I'm bent out of shape. I just need to vent my ass for a second or whatever, or my spleen is probably the best word, isn't it? I just need to vent. I just need to jump a little bit.
She likes the fertilizer suggestion.
It's all Wattle and Daub is good too.
Yep.
Yeah. So just you don't have to pick up the baggage. But sometimes just go, I hear you.
Sometimes you can deliver it to lost and found.
Over there is the lost and found. You need to live with it. Let's go there. Let's get it gone, Yep. So be the flow and it's good, Sometimes it's just allowing people to direct their energies in the direction it needs to go rather than necessarily being confrontational or what do you mean by that, or internalizing stuff. Don't internalize stuff. Just be the flow. Let it, if it's negative energy, ground it out, give it back to the universe. If it's positive energy, use it and make good stuff happen. So It's not just go with the flow, be the flow.
Be the flow.
Be the flow.
And just say no to negativity.
Just say no to negativity.
Gosh, my eyes are still so itchy.
It's that, I don't know what it is.
I don't know.
When it rains, it brings the pollen down. I know my nose has started going nuts. The purple stuff, I think it's ragweed.
I don't know.
I know it's wicked at this moment in time. I could scratch my eyes and my nose with a cheese grater, which is probably not.
We don't need to say things like that. All right.
No, but it itches.
So have a wonderful day.
Thank you so much for watching. Yes, thank you. It is wonderful to be with you. Don't forget tomorrow. Obviously we have Elevensies, but tomorrow is our give back where we actually do our free tarot readings. And just a tip for the top, we are going to be making shameless use of Super Chat. And we will
you
prioritize.
Get to the front of the pile.
Yes, you will get to the front of the queue if you send a Super Chat because we're raising money for Celtica. So that's
Happy
what we're
Tuesday.
doing. We can
welcome.
do that.
Thanks, guys.
So thank you so much. Love you guys, and we'll speak to you later.